Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm so excited. Today is the day that we get to talk about this month's Creative Soul Workshop kit. I have seen the projects. I am absolutely blown away. I've been dreaming about, and I didn't even mention this to Danielle yet, but I was wondering whether or not I could use the large wisdom warrior to possibly make everything. But I'm gonna brainstorm with you on that one because I was kind of seeing like everything placed out, and then but you have your little tricks that you do, so I don't know that. I'm not too sure about it. So anyway, I'm really excited about it, and let's go ahead and bring Danielle in. Let's get this party started. And we could talk about hello. Yeah, so I didn't mean to drop that on you, but I was kind of wondering, like we've talked about in the past how the large wisdom warrior is a powerhouse and how you can, it's like a production loom because it's so
Mhm.
big. You can make multiple projects, but the thing is that it doesn't really lend itself to doing multiples when we do your pulling of the works. So as
Yeah,
I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, I can't go to sleep and I'm thinking about, laying out all these pieces on the
we all
large.
dream beads.
Yeah, I'm dreaming big. I'm dreaming big. And then I'm like, yeah, but I can't do Danielle's trick.
But you can just move them in, and this is not a very wide piece, so like that's not that many works to weave in. So yeah, why not?
I
Yeah.
think, you never know. Like Kelly Hawkins loves the large wisdom warrior for production work, and even Amber at one time had showed, I think she had earrings on her large wisdom warrior. So, my head just goes in many different directions. But thank you for being here, Danielle. And I
Thank you for having me.
I can't believe we're already talking about the second project.
I know, right? It's going
So
fast.
it's so crazy. So, welcoming in everyone. I see all of our lovely community members, and it's just so exciting because what it's doing, having you design the Creative Soul monthly workshop, it's really allowing my brain to really be a curator of the items and to really look for great opportunities when buying and to think about the little things that I feel like over the last 4 years, I really haven't been able to think about because I'm designing, I'm breaking it down, I'm doing the video, I'm buying all the products, and just like every month it was like, let's get this box together, and my mom's making boxes and we're folding tissue. And so I'm so grateful to have you because again, like even just with this, okay? So this little thing that everybody values so very, very much is, it's the pattern, right? And so I did it, I guess in the back of my mind, it's like, oh, but we have the school. Like, why do
Yeah.
you want a piece of paper? But some people really like that because it helps to show them what they're going to be making. And the other thing too, Danielle, is you and I were talking about how several of the community members were trying to remember how to get to the course. And I really want to make sure they know how to do that because you have poured your heart and soul into these courses. I mean, last month, correct me if I'm wrong, was it,
Um,
it was,
well, because it's broken down into multiple
oh,
videos,
that's
whereas
right,
you
20
just like
videos,
do like
20
an
videos.
editing.
They were
Yeah.
short, 20 baby little, like 10-minute videos, and then 3 PDFs, if I'm not mistaken, and I think a bonus. And so there's so much value in that lives in the Jewel Loom School, that I just really wasn't thinking about a piece of paper being in the box, but I've come to learn from Danielle and the community that, you know what, it's nice. It's nice to have that. And so one of the things that I think too in crossing our T's and dotting our I's is that Danielle added this paragraph in here. Okay. And this is all about where you're going to go. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we were like Joan And Danielle and I were like, okay, what are people doing that they're not getting to the school? Because many of you were like telling me that you couldn't you couldn't get uh-oh. Is that me?
You know what it is? I'm so sorry. I set
Don't be sorry.
notifications for the YouTube video, and it's playing now on my phone.
Oh my God, that's so when they're listening. They're listening. That is so funny. Um, so yeah, so I have a
Mhm.
feeling that sometimes maybe when you go to type in Jewel Loom School, that if you've been to jewelloom.com, maybe your computer, the memory is in there and you're going to the shop when you really need to be going to the school. So long story short, you're going to see that we're directing you to juliannaavelar.com. Juliannaavelar.com and jewelloomschool.com are the same. So it doesn't matter what you type in, you're still going to get to the same place. But if doing Julianna Avelar helps you, then because we're really wanting to help you, we want you to get into the school where all these amazing classes and all the videos and the PDFs and everything are living. So my hope is that the pattern and some real verbal information in your face is going to help. Right, Dee? I mean,
Well,
I think,
that's what I usually print out,
yeah,
that first page anyway,
yeah.
because that's you need that to do your ruler while you're building. So now you don't have to print it. So that's
Yeah,
also the
it
bonus.
is awesome, and I did the back, like,
Oh, you did the back. Okay, cool.
I did the back,
Awesome.
yeah, so I did double-sided, so you got the front for the tassel, right?
Mhm.
And oh, and then this is the fringe. That's
Yeah, you had to do the fruit roll up,
okay, cool, very cool.
which we'll get
So
to.
yeah, so I'm super excited about that. The other thing that came to my I don't know, the other thing that came to me again, I'm trying to make it so that everything in this box, okay, everything in the Creative Soul Jewel box, when you get it, that you have everything you basically need, right? There is going to be more content in the school, but I really wanted to work hard to get you what you need. So, because we're working with the check seed beads, the jewel loom needle, which I know I've mentioned before, the eye on the jewel loom needle is just simply too big, right, to go through the check beads. In my experience, I have found more times than not that that's the case, and that's not going to be a pleasant experience. So I did buy, okay, underneath this big piece of, and I loved everybody's response. I asked everyone in the jewel loom group, like, if you get a needle in your kit, how does it come? And do you know that there are so many ways? Do you ever do it, Danielle, in your kits? Do you put a needle?
Used to, but, now, I just offer them separately maybe? That's
Oh,
usually yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I bought a plethora of Beadalon size 10 needles. You can kind of see it. Anyway, we're going to poke it through the bag with the findings. And then my mom said, because I just pulled a big piece of tape and she goes, and she's a QC inspector from 3M. So very detailed. So she's like, well, we'll tear it in half so we don't waste. I'm like, okay, knock your socks off. If that's what you want to do. So when you get your little baggie, just please be careful because that means that your needle is hiding underneath the blue tape. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah. So that's that story. And that's going to be in your kit along with all of your gorgeous beads. And Gloria, yes, the Kajabi platform is where this school lives. And Danielle is uploading all the how-to videos every month, um, along with all the PDFs and all of that good stuff. Gloria, I think, Gloria, you're going to get your August kit with your September kit. So I got to make sure to add you to that August course, but it's amazing. And I think you're going to be pretty stinking impressed to see what Danielle did. Are you
Aw.
enjoying that, Danielle? Like, I know, because it was kind of your first time to upload everything into the school.
It's a learning curve for me. So I'm used to doing YouTube, and YouTube is just this one big YouTube studio it's its own beast, right? But learning
Yeah.
another platform, but I'm getting there. You still have to help me
Yeah.
a little. You
I
help
thought,
me with getting the
yeah,
photos in the right places, and
yes,
but
yes. And I thought it looked fantastic. And
thanks.
I love consuming content in little chunks because um it's always, I mean, I love the YouTube timestamps, and I've actually started to do that now where, I go back and I timestamp my YouTube videos. But I love in the course, because we've been doing that for 4 years now, like little chunks of 10, 12-minute segments. And so I appreciate that you're going with that.
I'm going with it. I feel like I can learn anything and figure it out and
You
get it.
definitely, yeah,
But, it's like everything's when your first time you do something, it's like, "Oh, hang
yeah.
on." But I feel like it's okay to ask for help. And that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about working with you is I can text you and I could admit that I'm a total noob and I have no idea what I'm doing. And you're like, "I got you. I got
Yes.
you."
And I think it goes for our customers too. In fact, who did I like personally called somebody last week, and I know she finally called me back, and now we're playing phone tag. Um, because
Yeah.
I don't want, and I know this is probably where your heart is too, Danielle. We don't want people buying anything and then not being able to make the
Oh,
project. And so, the intention is to figure out how to make it really easy for you. And so we were, again, just thinking like, well, is Jewel Loom's school so close to jewelloom.com that, again, like, I don't know if like, what would be an example? I'm trying to think of a site that I go to every once in a while. And, oh, okay, there's a difference between Business Manager Facebook and Ads Manager Facebook, for those of us who
and then
do.
there's AdSense Google, and then there's yeah.
And so if you start typing in
It'll
something.
give you different stuff, yeah.
Exactly, and then if it thinks it's close enough, and if you're not paying attention and you end up somewhere and you're like, "How come I can't get in?" So that's why we thought maybe if you do julianaavelar.com, maybe that'll help. But again, we're just trying to figure out, like, how can we help you best to get to the school, get to your content. And so hopefully, with everything we printed on here, hopefully that helps you. So that's our little spiel. We just want want you to be happy. And
Amazing
so,
that you're printing it. I think that's really helpful because
yeah,
it's
no, yeah,
I was feeling like when I open a box if the pattern's in there, and that's something that I actually really I wanna start doing that more just because I think it's a good idea. It's
yes,
something that adds a little bit, but, like, I was just seeing I think it was Sandra that said in the chat that it's worth it. Like, she
yeah,
feels like it's worth it. So, I would agree with that 100%. I think it's
yeah,
worth it. Put that in there.
and yeah. And that's what you're helping me to do, because as you're focusing on the creativity, and we're curating these items together, and you're birthing, and then I get to be over here to, like, really make sure that the customer experience is everything that I've always dreamed for them that it would be. And then we're also both learning from each other. So I'm just super stoked about it all, and really I can't believe this is our second month. So with that
One
said,
thing will be the 22nd. That's how it rolls. So, I
yeah,
think
it's
it's here
so,
now.
let's see. I would super love for project kits to have two potentials, such
Oh,
as,
that's a great yeah. And Terry, that's something that I think about a lot. I feel
what is
like
that? Yeah, fill my brain.
mm, well, so, I've been doing beading a long time, and so a lot of the folks who followed me for a while have done everything that I've shown. And so I'm always looking to level it up for them, like, "Oh, no, I've done this already. I can't do that again."
Yeah,
But then I remember there's also beginner project, focused folks that are gonna love that too, and so it's okay
yeah,
to have and so what I try to do is have something for everybody,
yeah,
and so that is a good point. I wonder if it wouldn't make sense for me to add with this project because this is on the intermediate side,
yeah.
but
I think it is.
steps 1 and 2 of it are not, and steps 1 and 2 of it can become an earring or a bracelet by themselves.
Yeah,
So maybe I add just a little extra to that. It's not too late for me to add the one more thing, is it?
you can. Oh God, you can do what you want. I'm never going to be that person that tells you.
You're gonna be like, "Just put it up there, okay? Just put it up."
whatever, whatever. Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah. I mean, if you have something and
Do
you
that.
think it's worth, yeah, like I think, again, I just want everyone to have a great experience. I think what we were doing in the Creative Soul, like I mentioned before, when we first started out for a few years, it was very project driven. And I would say that it was really heavy on the check glass beads, mostly with some gemstones. But we weren't really doing a lot of seed bead stuff. And then earlier this year, it was really product driven, meaning that I got a screaming deal on beads, on check beads. And so we were just like putting a ton of really great beads in the box. And then Joan, comes out of the designer closet. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen some of the stuff that she's made with
Oh,
some
I've
of
been
the
following.
kids, but she just like comes out of left. I'm like, where have you been? You know? And so now I keep calling it the seed bead era. Like we're in this interesting next phase of working with seed beads, working on the original jewel loom mostly, but now that we're like having a big love affair with our earring loom. By the way, come in for a close up.
Oh, earrings alert, guys. That's
More
so,
earrings. Yeah, more
that's so
earrings.
cool.
So I already owe you a video for last times, but then I found these in my stash. You guys, you want to trip out on something? Do you know when I made these? Does anybody know when I made these? Put it in the chat if you think you know when I made these earrings. Anybody? Let's see what we got going on here. We'll see. We'll see if
You
people.
told me, so I'm being quiet.
I know you know, but nobody else knows. So tell me if you think you know when I made these earrings. I want to see what people have to say here. But yeah, so I think doing 1999 for Prince.
You have different prints.
My Prince earrings. Look at the sapphire
You
beauty.
design prints, right?
Is it?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's so funny. So, okay, a lot of people are saying leans, and you are right. So these are like 25, 30 years old. I made them in the 1900s. I
Awesome.
did, yeah. So anyway, to your point, Terry, I mean, we're here for you. So we want to make sure that what we're designing is for definitely helps people who are just getting started, but also excites people who have been, which I want you to show the pieces because I am just fascinated. I can't wait to make my own set. So you wanted
Awesome.
to show, you have the finished one there? The
I
tassel?
do, yeah. I've got a matte shot, or I can hold it up, which is best. I've got them
Um,
laid out on the mat all pretty.
yeah. Do
There we
you,
go.
oh,
Thanks, Joan. So the project is it looks like it's crazy, but it's not. I promise you it's not. So it starts with a standard loom project. You just create a beautiful loomed piece. And like Jules was just holding up the pattern, it just starts like a regular loomed pattern, right?
yeah.
Both the earrings and the necklace. And then you put fringe on. Well, you take it off the loom first and take care of your work threads, and then add beautiful fringe to it. And
Uh-huh.
we're still working in 2D at that point, it's still flat. But then right at the end, it's fruit roll up time.
I love how you say that.
It's looking like a true, like you mentioned the 90s. All right. Well, we
Oh
got
my God. So good.
and there's
So
a little
good.
bit of square stitching, so a little bit of off loom, but I
Yeah.
promise it's not intimidating. And I'm doing
Okay.
video for both of them, but this is what it looks like from the top. It gives you the
Oh my
secret
God.
sauce there.
So funny.
And
So
so you can have layers, tiers, like little tiers of it.
yeah, I want to make this so bad. And the fun thing is that after you've made this first set with these beads, the color waves that can be interchanged with this are just I was visualizing that. I was just thinking to myself, like,
Yeah.
all the different color waves that you could do, but this one is this is so gorgeous, because also, you know what I love about it is, like, you could put it on, and then for the fall, you know how, like, a lot of people wear the scarf around their neck, and then that can be hanging just at the right, point, um,
Mhm.
so that it's still seen, and then, of course, those sassy earrings, I love that. I love that so much.
And these are just a little mini version of that.
They're
Little
s
tiny, just a little bit less going on. It's hidden under the earring loop, but you can kind of see where like
Yeah.
same steps.
And I love how you switched out the color, combo, like, we were talking about it, used a little bit more of, um, oh, I can't remember which color it is now, but you used less of the
Champagne.
champagne and then
Yeah.
darkened those. Yeah, it's so cool how you did that. Such a great contrast.
And you know, I feel like if you wanted to do this in the mauve, you could, and
Yeah.
the thread is like a perfect match for the mauve color.
Yeah.
So
Oh
that
my gosh, I'm so glad.
well, we did that on purpose. That was our whole master plan.
Oh my god, I'm so happy you just said that. Because I was thinking to myself, why do I feel like I'm missing something? Joan, you gotta bring me up. Bring us back up real quick. I'm like, I feel like something's missing, and I know the pips are on their way, which I don't know, did I mention that yet? But anyway,
No,
I hid this box from me.
you got
Oh,
them.
yes. Oh, yeah, everyone's getting a whole look at
Yay.
how cute these are. Yeah. So
We're so
yeah, no, I bought a ton of them. And anyway, I'm just so glad you said that, because I hid the box from myself. And I swear when I was putting this together, I was like, why does this not feel like everything?
I know,
Oy,
right?
oy, Conchita. Okay, so we're good.
Yay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for freaking out.
No, it's cool. And also I was gonna say that because you have everything like the thread and all that put together, if you wanted to do just a flat fringe earring at the end of step 2 for these, you're done. Like you
Uh,
could just stop there.
okay.
And then at the end of step 1 for this, you've got a bracelet.
Stop
So
it.
yeah, I'll
What?
just do a little write up that shows you how to turn this toggle that well you put the lobster claw in there this time. And so I will show folks how to put a lobster claw on a bracelet in there
Oh
in
my
case
god.
they want to do it that way. But
Yeah.
yeah,
This is good
so
stuff.
I would say don't be afraid to try this. Give it a shot. See if you like it because it's not if you can square stitch, you got it. It's a little bit square
Well,
stitching.
I asked everybody on the texting, in the texting community last week, I think it was, I said, "Hey, if we did a little bit of off loom work,
Yeah.
would you be in?" And so, that was the point. Um, and so that is awesome. I didn't even know you were doing that. So I think it's great. And
Cool.
the funny thing, I've said this 1,000 times. Like, I'm not an off loomer. I just never was. I was born on a loom,
You like balloon. Yeah.
and
I like it
so
all.
yeah.
There's
So you do things, and then Jill will say words. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Stop using big words. But I think it's awesome because, it's always good. My mom actually did like off loom work. So, she knew the peyote and all those terms that I'm not even going to embarrass myself trying to say. But that is so, Danielle, you are already doing what? Who said it? Was it Terry who said intermediate, beginning, and
yeah, but she just gave me the lead that I should include a little more instruct onto how you can make step 2 into a final product. Because right now it just carries right along in the instructions to, hey, now do this with the next.
yeah, but it sounds like what you've already like put together is because I don't know that. I don't know how to do what you just said. So,
And it's interesting because when I was creating, I had it already in my head that I was gonna do this tassel thing because it just came to me like the fruit roll-up
okay.
thing. I said, I'll do this. And but of course I had to start by making a rectangular loomed piece. And I
Yeah.
got about a quarter of the way through that and I'm like, I need a bracelet because
Mhm.
it looks very beautiful as a bracelet. I have some photos of it that I'll upload that show it on the loom. And it
Wow.
is You just want to put it on and just wear it
Yeah.
because it's so
Yeah.
cute. So the
I
colors are stunning.
I can't, like, it's not registering in my brain, but the fact that you're saying it, I believe you. I'm just like, I can't wait to see how this happens. That is so cool. That is really cool. I just feel like the luckiest girl in the world, like, really. And I think that the community does. I know they do, because we're getting to learn something totally different from you. And so, and that's, I'm really proud of the Creative Soul, um, whatever you want to call it, from over the last 4 years, everything that's come in this little blue or this little white box with so much heart. And it's like there's just such a plethora of ideas, and now those ideas are growing. And when you have a pattern to do something, that can be translated into all these different colors that speak a whole different story. And so it's really exciting. It's real exciting. Thank you 1,000 times.
Oh, you're welcome. Well said. Well said. It is super fun. I feel like if people like it, they'll make it again with, different colors and uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
they keep
gonna have to buy more beads. Shucks.
Darn it. Oh, and I did put this chain part as a separate PDF so that it can
Yes.
be used for other things. Like you could even just make it by itself as a chain. It's not,
Okay.
it's a super simple, it is off Loom, but it's not hard. It's just like a little easy bobble chain.
Oh, and
And
you made those little dingle berries.
yeah, and they're functional because they give you a way to reinforce, weave in, and
Oh
turn
my
direction.
Danielle,
So
you are giving us so much. I'm just so grateful. I hope the community sees, just from the unboxing of all of this, just like how much you're giving to us. All of this, like that for me will be new. Um, I mean, all of this is going to be, just even for myself, um, a new idea. So
thank you.
wow,
It's
very,
fun to
very
spin it.
cool.
It's like
Yeah,
a stress reliever fidget
yeah.
toy. You have to keep it away from my youngest because he likes to play with it. He'll run
Yeah.
around the house with it.
So funny. Hey, Joan, will you bring us back up really quick? I just want to point out, so the Creative Soul box is online at jewelloom.com. It's on the homepage, but it's also under Creative Soul box in the menu. And you can subscribe if you want. That just means that you always are for sure going to get a box. Okay. So if you don't subscribe, it just means that hopefully you get one. Whatever is good for you. Like, I'm not a FOMO person. I'm just like, if it's right for you, then fantastic. Okay. Um, but yeah, I would, if you do want one, I could tell you that it looked like we might have been through 3/4 of the quantity. So, definitely get your box. They'll probably be shipping out at some point next week. And I'm so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but in addition to everything that we've talked about, did I mention the pips? Because I know we talked about the pips.
A little hint, but you didn't really introduce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I always like to throw something else in the box, and I got an opportunity on some pips, and they're gorgeous. Are they not gorgeous?
Amazing pips. I love them. And they would be so cute on the bracelet. You could just, if you did the bracelet instead, you could just line it with pips on the
Yeah.
edge. Little stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like the stuff that you do when you just want to relax, just stitch those
Yeah.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
mentioned the
super
ring. You're gonna
yeah.
do a ring.
So yes, so there'll be 2 strands of the pips, and they're on their way here. And so my person was able to secure them and get them to me, because they were like, when's the box shipping out? And I was like, next week. So, because I thought we would start it next month, and he was like, they're out the door. So, you
Awesome.
know, yeah, thank you to you. And Terry is saying, what are pips? How would you describe them? Because they're so adorable, and I'm thinking
They're
to
very
myself,
close to a drop, like a drop bead. They're check glass, and
yeah,
they're like a drop bead, but they're flattened a little bit like a spoon, and they're small, about, would you say they're 5 millimeter or 4? Something in
oh,
between.
I would say they're probably 5. I feel like
Yeah.
they're more
The
towards
width
5.
might even be 6 because at the top it comes
Yeah.
into a little teardrop shape, and
Yeah,
then
it's like your hand. It's like a little boo-boo hand. Like,
yeah,
when you think about it, they're like little hands.
it's like a drop, but or like a brio, but somebody smushed it into a spoon shape a little bit, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, like
Call it a peach bead instead of a pip.
an adorable little scoop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're
kinda
small.
like those crazy hands that Eileen
Like,
have you seen
if
those?
I
Yeah.
put them on the bottom of these little fringe strands, which you could do, you could add
Oh
them
my
to the
god, that'd be so cool. That would be so
yeah,
cool.
they'd give it a little weight, and that would kind of make them sway more and swing more,
They're
especially
really Terry, they're so stinking cute. You'll love them. They're precious. They
they're
have a simple style, but yet very unique. And the colors are to die for. And I was saying to Danielle that I want to do a beaded ring with mine. So just like a bunch of pips.
yeah,
I
that
think
would be
that I think that'd be super hot. Like, if you didn't wanna make the earrings, you could use the seed beads and the pips to make a ring.
yeah.
If you wanted. You have options, right? So, you can't do it all, but you could use your stash of seed beads maybe that you already have that are left over, like, from whatever. But does that help, Terry? You could probably Google and you'll see them. I can't believe neither one of us have pips by us, right?
I have some. It didn't occur to me to bring them up, I should have. The ones I have,
Caroline Mhm.
are the go ahead.
No, 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 Caroline's just saying like a flat teardrop, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cassandra uses them in many projects. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she has a bunch of great content for how to use pips.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. So between the, soiree of all of these designer mamas
We've
that
got
you
the beading
have at
communities
your
watching. Yeah.
disposal, between the 2 of us, Jill and Cassandra and everybody else, there is a library of deliciousness out there, so
And more coming all the time. So
and more coming all the time. Yeah,
as
I
I'm glad
really
that once you send them to me, things will happen.
Yeah, well, it's like laying in bed thinking about, "Oh, am I gonna do that all 3 pieces on the large wisdom warrior? Is that what I wanna do? How's that gonna go?" Um, yeah, it's always fun to
It's
like
interesting how, like, your brain works. That's when you get ideas. It's like when
Yeah,
you're, like, not able to just actually sit down and work on them. So it's like, gotta keep that journal nearby, write that stuff down,
yeah.
capture it while it comes to you because it's
Okay,
just so great.
and is that, like, your main jam? Is that how you know
So I was just talking to I was talking to my friend Carol about this the other day. So when we're like trying to design, like we have a goal, we have something, we have a deadline, we're trying really hard to design, things will happen, but one or two things. Then once you're finished with that and you've submitted it and it's time to relax, that's when the ideas just they start coming.
Okay.
And because you relaxed, because you're like, you're not trying, right? That's for me, that's what happens. I don't know if that's true for you as well, but
Yeah,
for me
I, um my mind is very interesting when it comes to the products and stuff. I have always led I would refer to myself as a technique driven type of presenter designer, right? So, like, when I got an opportunity to buy those diamond shaped 2-hole gemstones,
oh, I remember them. Yes, those were beautiful.
I was like, "I wanna see if that'll work. Send me a strand." And then I birth, right? And so because then when we did that piece, you had to fill in so my brain sometimes is very straightforward. Most of the time it's because I'm trying to figure out, well, what can you do on the loom? What beads can you use on the loom? What stringing material? It's like when I cut up my jeans and I warped with jean material, like strips of jeans,
Wow,
right?
that's
Yeah,
cool.
denim. Um, so stuff like that. So I feel like most of the time my brain is in technique driven. I mean, that's where the loom birth comes from, right? It's like in the middle of the night, back in the day, 4 years, 3 years ago, working on the fiber loom, somehow a piece of silver silk comes in my eye, you know, and the next thing I know, I'm warping with silver silk on the fiber loom, and I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute. This is not, I mean, this is, like, amazing, and by the way, Neely needs his own loom." So so my mind is kind of like, and I think you're a lot the same because you develop products too. But I think what, as a designer, I'm kind of thinking, I think color, I think technique. Um, I get really inspired by, I was at the movies couple months ago, and there was a cartoon like introduction before the main movie. And it was like a harp that this character was holding. And I went, oh my,
Interesting.
yeah, I, like, made my friend take a picture of the big movie screen, and, because my idea my brain goes to, "Oh, I can make that with some sticks from the beach, and then we can tie it together, and then we can warp, and then we can weave." So, yeah, like, I'm a little out there sometimes.
Hey, wherever the ideas come from,
Yeah, yeah.
it's two pronged. Like for me, sometimes it's necessity or a problem solving kind of side. Like I'll get something I love, like a result I love from just a stitch because I wanted to try the stitch, and that was something that I did a lot of. Like I would just, oh, I want to learn that bead weaving stitch, and then I'd be sitting there with this gorgeous piece and no way to finish it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so that's where the
Yeah,
necessity.
that's where the findings and stuff.
Yeah. But it
Yeah.
was something the way I was doing it was actually adding so much time and so much effort and so much work that another idea pops up like, "Oh, why are you doing it that way?" And
Yes.
I don't know where those ideas come from, but I don't feel like I own them, if that makes any sense.
Well, I think that I kind of feel the same way. It's like, you have this idea for a loom and you birth it because you want people to enjoy it, you know? And I think, to your point, like, you're like, okay, well, now I'm at the end of this amazing piece. Now
Mhm.
what? There are some very simple things, but then if you want something pretty,
Yeah.
and then so you sketch it out, and then you have it made.
I know, it's just like, wow, and then suddenly it happens and you're like, "Did I do
Yeah.
that?" Because it's like, who did that? Which is
Girl,
interesting.
every time I see the original Jewel Loom, I just did a reel the other night, and the song was Miracle, right? Because, and it's my little miracle. It's this person, however many years ago, getting exposed to weaving on a loom, thinking, having the audacity to just be like, "Oh, someday I'm gonna have my own loom." Like, I just remember saying it. I don't even know that I knew, like,
Me in your
how's that?
direction. It's like, that's I love that. I love that spirit.
Yeah,
A lot of people
yeah,
don't feel that way. They're like, "Oh, no, no." And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." And but I feel like it's almost too I don't know what the words are. I have struggled with words to describe the feeling, but I think you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah. Well, okay, Terry said which one's the original. This is the original Jewel Loom, okay? It's sitting on her stand that has been, by the way, so hugely popular. It's like a little sleigh. Robert made this for us, and it birthed just right at the right time. But yeah, so the original Jewel Loom, whoops, this is the original Jewel Loom. And Danielle uses the original Jewel Loom for the main project. Typically, that's our plan. But then she uses, do you have the little girl? Do you have the little ones?
Ooh, I got these
Yeah.
cuties. I
Yeah.
love these. These are so pretty.
Oh my god, they're just so ridiculously awesome.
I love them. And
Yeah.
they're handy and they save you thread. They
Yeah.
save you thread so often, like,
Yes.
especially when, if you're, also if you wanna make multiple things at the same time, like you wanna do some streamline processing.
Yeah.
Nice to see.
Yeah, no, the earring looms are and I can be inspired by like these earrings that I still have to tape that I had on last week.
I love those. Those are so cute.
But I was inspired by what you did, which was seed beading. But
Mhm.
the phenomenon of what you created, the excitement that you created that day and watching people jump on board and buying the earring loom, like I was like, "Oh my g," like, it just
Oh,
warmed
I'm
my
excited.
heart, and I was like, "I gotta make something." I don't know what, but I gotta make something. And, so yeah, inspiration just comes from different places, and I guess our biggest thing to say to the community would be like, just go with it. And to your point, Danielle, write it down, right? Write
Yep.
it down
I
in
get
your
the ideas when I can't sit down and work. That's when they come.
yeah,
I'll be sitting there with tons of time on my hands on the mat
yeah,
and I got nothing. And then I walk away and I'm doing dishes or something random and I can't stop doing that and go bead. But
yeah.
that's so I have these little, they're all over the house. These little journals are everywhere. They're little corners, nooks and crannies. There's one in the kitchen. There's one
Oh
next
my
to my
god.
bed. I've got one in the car. I got one in my
Good for
purse.
you. That's good. That's
And they're
so
so random. And I'm always looking for a pencil.
yeah. Oh,
So
I love
I
pencils.
never have a pen in my purse. It's like, where are my pencils? And they wander off no matter where I put them. So I need to
Oh,
take them. So
yeah. I love pencils, and when I was a little girl, and I'm gonna forget how do you say, I was well, I first of all, I always thought I was gonna be an architect, which I guess
oh,
kinda
that's cool.
yeah, no, I wanted to be an architect, and I loved the, what is you know oh, for goodness sakes, it's the pencil that would spread open, and then it would make you'd
Mhm.
put your pencil in there. What is that called?
Spirograph?
What?
No, no, not spirograph. What am I thinking? Compass. I know my dad. I used to steal it from my dad. He was an engineer, and he
Yes.
had
Yes, and they had
yeah,
the
the
2
pencil in there, and it was a T-shaped
compass. Is it a
compass.
compass?
Compass. Yeah, and it makes
And
a
then you
perfect.
had the pencil, and then you would go around.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, a protractor?
protractor. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Zakaya, you're
I don't
amazing.
is that oh, we're gonna have to Google it. I don't know. But I would get inspired as a young girl by the pencils, and I loved erasers, like the old school, the big old eraser.
I love
Um,
the Sanrio surprise ones. Like I love them.
yeah.
Oh
Oh my
my
goodness,
gosh, I was
so
obsessed
funny.
with
Yeah,
it.
I'm
It's
a pencil yeah, give me a pencil any day. I love a sharp
mhm.
pencil. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I need to go
Well,
back and keep those with me because they were handy. And now I sketch things now. My sketching is not good, but I understand it. So that's all that matters, right?
yeah, that's all that matters.
At some
So,
point, we have to turn it into something understandable to others, which is
yeah. So
not actually the part that I
how
find easy.
how many videos do you think we're gonna have?
Okay, so I broke it into for the earring loom. So starting with the earrings, I showed how to do the earring warping just really quick again because
Yeah.
when I did the last course, I was using the other. So this one is using the exact one
Okay.
because it has a cool little notch for knotting, and I wanted to highlight
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So start with that. That's one. Then it
Okay.
shows how to take it off of the loom.
Okay.
Oh, and it shows starting. Forgive me. So that's one. Number two is it shows starting the pattern.
Yeah.
Then
So
three
you're
is
probably gonna have at least another 20
it.
videos.
Yeah. So there's at least 5 for the earring and 4 for the necklace, but I may do one more to
Okay.
show, yeah, what we just talked about with the turning it into something else.
Um, Caroline, I bought everybody the 1G. So you don't need to, you'll have everything. So the mauve 1G is coming in your kit. You're going to have all your beads. You're going to have all your findings. There's a pair of ear wires, 3 jump rings, a lobster claw, the full spool here of the 1G mauve, the size 10 beading needle, and the pattern, along with 2 strands of pips. You should have everything.
And Cookie too.
Need your loom. Joan's in the background. She's like, you just need your
I
loom,
mean, yeah.
scissors, possibly a thread burner, and then a surface to work on.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Sounds right to me.
And then access to your computer so you can get into the course. So when you get to juliannaavelar.com or jewelloomschool.com, you're going to log in, and the login is on the top of the menu there, and you log in. It takes you to your library. Many of you have a ton of courses because many of you have been with me for 4 years, which God bless you. I love you so very, very much. I'm like so unbelievably grateful. And if you have a hard time, you're going to text me, you're going to email me, and we'll figure it out. When I send you a new link for your password, which really helps you to get in very quickly, you've got 6 hours. So if you're at work and I sent it to you, then you're going to have to tell me to send it to you again. Caroline, to your point, there's also a tea and a cookie in every box too. So yeah, the cookie and the tea is always delish. So yeah, I think that covers all the components and what you've done, Danielle. What's going on with you? Do you have your Saturday gig this weekend?
I do, yeah. I'm going to do the earrings that my friend Carol made a beautiful pair of earrings.
Okay.
And just sold them up as a teaser last week. So I'm
Okay.
doing the pattern, and we're going to do that on Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, great. We've got a brainstorm. So I want Stacy to come on with me.
You're going to bring on Stacy? Oh, she's so cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So she has an original jewel loom.
Yes.
So we got to think about like, well, what should we do?
Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit, right? The original is like ideal for all projects. I feel like if you only have one loom, which, we need more than one loom. I'm not saying we don't, but if you could only have one, the original.
Yeah.
You'd go.
I'm with you. Yeah. Always have the original, regardless.
Put it in your suitcase. Put a couple in your suitcase.
You need a few original jewelry.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. But okay. Well, if you think of something, because I'm kind of like, I like it when I meet somebody new and she's so talented. And I was thinking, okay, well, would it be fun like if we just both had dueling loom projects, like, well, how do you set up the jewel loom?
Yeah.
She could set it up totally different, just like you do. So I was thinking that it kind of might be fun to just basically be sitting here setting up our looms and then making something, So
well, let me know when that is. I will tune in. I usually
you should be in the background. You and Joan can be the coach. What would you be? Like, when there's a boxing match.
We could be the moderators.
Moderators. There you go. I love when Joan has my words. Okay, you and Joan will be the moderators. Stace and I will be the demonstrators. Sweet. And we'll just come to the table with our fabulosity.
So. I love that idea. I actually love the idea of getting to be a moderator too.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be really fun. I think
I'm kind of usually the one in the and I'm like, I just want to watch the project, man.
Yeah, and I think it'd be good. Yeah. Our bead coaches. There you go. Caroline says she'll be our bead coach. Yeah.
And Melanie says she loves the 1G thread. Yeah, me too. Super cool.
Yeah, well.
So when people sign up, they have access to like all the past courses, right? They can go and see all the past ones?
No, not if they haven't paid for them.
No. But when they sign up for, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So like if they want, there's still 5 kits for last month. There's still 5 abstract leaves kits that you did. And so they would pay for that. And then, so they only get access to what they've paid for.
To the one course. Okay. So it's like one course when you log in.
Gotcha. But like with like a lot of the community who's been getting Creative Soul since day one, like Kara from Arizona. like sister. She's, her and Demetra, why can't I get that out of my mouth? Probably even Stephanie. I mean, Melanie was with us for a super long time. Like, there's such a plethora of people who have, well, what's 4 times 12? 48? And then I think we started, 21, 22, 23, and almost 24 now. So at least 36 months of content, plus everything from this year. A lot of those people, but they paid every month. So yeah, you have to pay for whatever you want. Yeah.
Neat.
That's the way it goes. So it's $45 plus shipping and handling, which I feel is, I've always felt like it's a great deal. We've never raised the prices.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. I'll tell you what, the people in July of 2021 were really lucky because everybody got a large wisdom warrior.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's like, you get one and you get one and you get one.
And so Jennifer Miller and I are going to do a hat band because where she lives, it's a thing. Hats with hat bands. It's like, she was like, I need to make those. So we're going to come up with a design and share it as soon as we get started on that.
And you have to let me know because I want to be a moderator.
We will need you because we're probably gonna have questions because I have not.
I want to be a baby mama moderator on that one. Oh, God. I'm choked to death here. Okay. So the Queen Joan for all you do. Yes.
Yeah.
Joan is the Jewel Loom concierge. We gave her that title a long time ago.
Joan is amazing.
Yeah, because she helps a lot of people out, but the jewel kit box is sure favorite.
When I'm getting nervous before lives, when I see Joan, I get happy and I calm down. I can do this. I got this.
It is a very
Can I say something, Danielle, with that compliment? I told Nele I feel like you're my soul sister last night.
You just click. Sometimes you just click with people and you just know. Right?
That is so sweet. I love this community. It's so good. So good. Thanks, John. He's so sweet. John says, looking good. That is so awesome. Oh, it's so great to see everybody. And you know what? I don't think I got to do this last week, but I do just want to give a big community hug to Maria. And we miss you. And we can't wait to see you at the front of the line again. And we love you. We're thinking about you and your family and just sending you so much strength. And so, yeah, I want you to know that we're all thinking of you. So yeah, we miss you big time. That's what Joan says in the background. And it's true. It's like, it's not logging on and you not being there is like a big, I know we're all like that. I even said to you, Danielle, remember, I was like, where's Maria? Have you seen Maria? Where's Maria?
Yep.
We're all very invested into our communities. So, and like everyone's saying that they miss you, Maria. So lots of love and prayers and hugs and all the good stuff. So, so if you're ordering the Creative Soul box, again, everything where are we at? Thursday? So yeah, we should be shipping out next week. I'm waiting for the beautiful pips and it'll be fun to figure out which 2 are going to go in this month's box. And I'm very grateful to my sugar daddy for getting them in a box and getting them on the way to California. And so it's cool because I didn't think we were going to be able to make it for this month. And again, he's just so good, so kind and so gracious to get them in a box and get them to me so that I can get them to all of you. And I know it's going to be fun. I want to make my ring. I need a pip. Yeah, I need a pip beaded ring.
So. Well, they become flowers too. I've seen people make flowers with them.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Sometimes can be stitched in 2 layers. So you have 2 layers.
Who did that? Joan, do you know who did that?
I've seen a few different versions. Some are stitched and some are done with wire.
Oh, I wonder who did that.
I've seen it multiple places.
No, you're right. Now that I think
I think
about
the
it.
original idea may have even come from the pip manufacturers. Like they may
Oh,
have done it. Yeah.
yeah, right.
But the spins on it, I've seen definitely in our community. So
Okay. That's cool. Well, we'll have fun with it. We'll sew them in. We'll, you know, I
maybe
did
become a
those with seed beads where I went in the middle with loops and I went around and around. And so I'll have to visualize
yeah.
that. Like if I could do that.
Sometimes it can help to put a seed bead. And so strangle the seed bead in between, make a circle, do a knot. And then you can do step ups, almost like peyote stitch, where the next layer up, you're going to put that pip bead either above the seed bead or in between the two seed beads.
Okay, this sounds like a private class.
You want to do it?
Or actually, it's going to be me and you, and then Stacy and Joan will have to moderate us.
Or it could be when you do a Stacy. That's an idea if you guys want to try that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's
Okay. I will do that then. I will do that. And then Stacy can try.
Yeah, let me know if you need a little illustration. I could do a quick little zip because it's just like a circle. It's
Okay,
just like
I'm gonna need a backdoor what's it called? Like a leg up or I don't know what it's called. But I'm gonna need one of those.
we called it phone a friend. Phone a friend.
A phone a friend. Oh my gosh. That is this is gonna be a whole thing. Phone a friend. I missed that. That was really fun. Do you want to phone a friend? That was good. That was with Howie and all the pretty ladies with the suitcases.
Yeah.
A running John says a running start. I'm gonna need a running start. Yeah, because you start speaking in in that language, talking all it makes me so uncomfortable. I gotta get past that. Yes. When you
Oh,
start stitch words,
stitch words. Oh, I was like, what did I say? You never know.
you said stitch word.
The peyote stitches,
Well,
just
I
like
mean peyote. No, I'm thinking Pico.
the picos. Well, that's just
Yeah.
You've
You
done
know?
picos. How much do you do them on your tutorials?
I do Pico. That's
On the
easy.
edges.
I can do Pico, but when you start talking peyote and square and brick and what are some of the other words?
Aw.
All
No,
those words that Jill Wiseman is like
that's my personal like goal in life is to make everyone realize how easy seed beading is. It's not hard. It's like so easy to do.
I'm
And
in.
it's just I think people maybe are afraid to try it because it looks like it takes forever. And okay, sometimes it takes forever. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not hard. It's just repetitive,
Okay.
which can be a meditation and a soothing thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a win. It's a win.
Figure out what the easiest
There's
stitch
that
easiest stitch, and I'm gonna give it a try.
too. Okay.
I will tell you that many, many moons ago at Bead Fest in Milwaukee, and God bless her and rest her soul, Diane Whiting tried to teach me in the hallway. And so what a beautiful gift, right? But she was so funny. She was trying to teach me how to like do the thing around the cab.
Oh, okay. The peyote stitch around the cab.
Okay.
That's kind of a jump in though for like if that was a first project, that was
Yeah. Well,
like the diving board when you didn't swim yet kind of thing. Like
it was so funny. It was so funny. We were like in the hallway at Bead Fest and she's trying to teach this goofball how to do that. And I was like, what the heck? Like, yeah. So I tried, but I'll try again.
try with me. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not. I keep telling everyone if I can do it, trust me, it's
Okay.
understandable.
All right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump in. I'm gonna jump in. So
Okay.
all right. Okay. So I just want to make sure. Oh, Leanne. I reached out to her. Oh, good, Leanne. Thank you so much. Leanne reached out to Maria. I know Joan reached out to Maria.
Oh, good, good, good.
Yeah. So Yes, she is very, very missed in all of these circles. Okay, well, it's 5 o'clock. Thank you for this hour of chatting and
Yeah,
inspiration and motivation and creativity. And it's just so good sometimes to hang out and just be real and talk about what's happening.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So if you want your kit, go to jewelloom.com and get yours. And I'm excited to see what everybody thinks about the printed because I'm so proud of myself.
I love seeing printed things. I love it.
Yeah.
It always kind of like jazzes me up to see it. So
Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining in, and we appreciate you so very, very, very much. And we'll let you know when the Stacy Juliana team are going to show up for our match. Danielle's going to teach me a couple of tricks, and Robert says, have a great weekend, everyone. Big prayers and love going out to our Missouri family. As always, we're so grateful for the beautiful looms that you birth. And so, and everything that you do. So thanks, Robert, for peeking in. And Jenny and everybody else, we'll see you again next Thursday. Gosh, next Thursday.
yeah.
Okay.